Hello guys, welcome back to narsicloud.com. Today we'll be talking about the EC2-VPC, which is EC2 Virtual Private Cloud. And so before we dive into that, let's take a quick look at what we have discussed in our last video. So we talked about security groups and we talked about what and why the security group is. So basically security group is a bunch of rules, and using that you will create a security around EC2 instance. So you can provide the security for what type of requests that can come in, and what type of requests that can go out of EC2 instance. So which is basically controlling the inbound and outbound traffic uh, to EC2 instance. And then we demoed that. So we created a security group and we added bunch of rules to it, and then we attached that to EC2 instance. And then so we tried logging into that EC2 machine by means of SSH protocol. So we were successfully logged in, and then we deleted the rule of type SSH from the security group. And then when we tried to log in, we were not able to do that because the security group there is no rule of type SSH. So we demoed that, and we have seen that it was easy to update the security group, and it will take the effect immediately on EC2 instance. And we talked about the types of security groups, which are EC2-classic and EC2-VPC. EC2-classic is a EC2 instance that we create in AWS cloud, and I will show you in the picture in the upcoming slide in a minute. And we will also talk about EC2-VPC. And then the next thing that we discussed was the security group rules. So by default, when you create a security group, by default it's outbound traffic is allow all, and whenever you create a EC2 instance with a security group attached to it, you cannot change the security group for EC2 Classic. All you can do is you can update the rules in that security group. The next one is always permissive, which means whatever you define in the security group, all the rules, they're all permissive by default, and it's always like that. It cannot be like you have one rule which will allow, and you have one rule which will deny. It won't be like that. It's always permissive. And we talked about updating the rules and default security groups and custom security groups. So in this session, we will be talking about EC2-VPC, so which is going to look like this. So basically, this is all AWS cloud, all the blue color cloud, which is AWS cloud, which we have been discussing since the beginning in another diagram like this. This is called the AWS cloud, which is a bunch of machines, and then in that. So you see here it is internet. From internet will be connecting to the AWS cloud, and then you got these a couple of machines which are EC2 machines of type classic. We're calling that as a classic because they're all existing on the AWS cloud directly. And then we talked about security groups, and you created security groups and with a bunch of rules to it, and you attach to that EC2 instance. So here you cannot change this security group to be another group. You cannot change that. Only we can do is you can update the rules in that security group, which will take effect onto this EC2 machine. And what is EC2 VPC? So you know what is EC2 means. Elastic Compute Cloud. That's why we call it as EC2. There are two C's in it. That's why they call it as EC2 machine. And then VPC means Virtual Private Cloud. So this Virtual Private Cloud is a concept. It is logically separated, isolated environment which will be provided to you, which you will be owning in the AWS cloud. So which is basically here in this diagram, this total area, which is a green color, light green color, this cloud we call it as a VPC, which means this is all the AWS cloud. In that, this is logically separated, and it is created by you. So whoever creates VPC, that will be owned by them, right? So in that VPC, we are creating our virtual machines. So whatever the EC2 machines created in that VPC, we call them as EC2-VPC because they are created in the VPC. And then the security is provided at this level. You see that outer rectangle box, um, that is called a subnet actually. So for now, let's not worry about what is subnet. I will be talking about those in the separate VPC videos. So for now, let's understand that this is the logical area, this whole cloud, and then in that we have another area where you create all your EC2 machines, and then you apply the security at that level. So you can create security groups here. You can provide security using network access control lists, which I will be covering all of those concepts. What is network access control and what kind of securities you can provide for this EC2 VPC. I will be covering all those in the upcoming videos when I'm talking about VPC itself. Uh, so this is the VPC. So this is pretty much like virtual private network. So basically, if you guys are talking working in a corporate environment now, you see that whenever you would like to access your company's website, you need to be on their network. So which we call it as virtual private network. So it is very similar to that. So here we call it as a virtual private cloud, which is kind of, you can consider this area to be your data center, your own data center, and you can create all your machines, all your company's machines in this area. So which means you got your own data center which is running in the AWS cloud, right? So you got all that as infrastructure as a service model. So that's what EC2-VPC means. So here, um, so in the reality, this is how it's going to be. So in the reality, at the company wide, basically you create a VPC for your company, and then you create all your EC2 instances in this using VPC. And then so here for every EC2 machine, you will just have the only private IP address. You won't be generating any public IP for these EC2 machines, and these EC2 machines cannot be accessed by the outside world from the internet. So how we can access to this one? By means of by providing some security here. So here we'll be creating network access control lists, and also the routing configuration where only those machines will be able to access these EC2 machines, and then internet will be connected to that network access control list routing configuration. So that's how you will be connecting to these EC2 machines. And then the EC2 machines which are within the network, within this network, are going to be accessed each other by default. There is no security within these machines. If you want, you can apply security groups at that level as well. So that's what the VPC concept. And I will be talking about all these security groups and network access control lists in the upcoming video. So in the upcoming video, I will be talking about VPC itself. So that will be a very, very important concept in the AWS cloud, which is the heart of AWS cloud. And whatever the service you use and you do with AWS cloud, if you have a clear understanding about VPC, you are very comfortable with configuring security around all your infrastructure. So that is very, very important concept. So basically this VPC, it is one of the services in AWS under networking. So let me show you that in the cloud interface really quick. So I guess you got this concept from this picture, right? So this is all AWS cloud, and the EC2 machines which are in the AWS cloud, which we call them as EC2-classic. And then the ones which are created within the VPC, it is called EC2-VPC. And one more difference I would like to talk about is so like I was mentioning in our last video, I was saying that you cannot change the security group for the EC2-classic, but you can change the security group for EC2-VPC. Why is that possible? Because this security is not at this mission level. This is at the network level, which is the subnet level. So you can change or remove or attach any new security group here that will be applied to all these EC2 machines. So we don't have to touch any of these machines. That's why it has the opportunity to change the security group for EC2-VPC. But here you cannot change it. Once you attach it, that's attached. You can only change the rules of security group. If you want to change it, you have to create a new EC2 instance with the new security group. That's how it works. So if you go to AWS Cloud Interface, here I will show you VPC. So this VPC is one of the services. Where do you see that in the main page? It is under networking and content delivery. So here VPC. So we got a start VPC wizard. So this VPC is basically when I say this is a logically isolated area which is owned by you, what that means, whenever you create a VPC, that's going to give you the range of IP addresses that you can use for these EC2 machines, which means whatever the IP address range that is assigned for your VPC, that's all for you, that is yours. Yeah, anybody won't be able to use that. So which means you got your own private network. That's why we call it as virtual private cloud, which is a logically separated area for you. So when you come here, see, your instances run in a private isolated section of the AWS cloud, which is this isolated section of total AWS cloud. And then what they say, with direct access to the internet, network access control lists and security groups can be used to provide strict control over inbound and outbound network traffic to your instances. That's what I was saying. So here you got your EC2 machines. This is directly connected to the internet, but you can provide the security by using network access control lists and security groups. So that's what they are saying. And then here creates, so which is going to create this /16. This is network related concepts I will be talking about when it comes to VPC section. And then when you select this, see here you got these many IP addresses are available with this starting with 10. So you can type whatever the IP that you would want for your company, and you will be getting all those range of IP addresses. So this is very quick introduction about VPC, but in the next upcoming videos I will be talking about all these concepts: subnets, routing tables, internet gateways, elastic IPs, NAT gateways. So I'll be covering most of these concepts in VPC because this is very important concepts. Please make a note of it. So once you are comfortable with VPC, which is under network and content delivery, you will be very comfortable using all other services, and you will be able to configure security very confidently and avoid all website phishing and all that. So I guess that's all I have for this video, and let's go back to PPT. Here I pretty much covered. So yeah, so stay tuned guys for the upcoming videos. I'll be talking about VPC section, which will be very important, and so I will conclude this video with that content. And if you like this video, please click on like button, and please do subscribe for this channel, and you'll get to see a lot more videos like this on many technologies for free. And yeah, keep learning, and have a good day. Thank you, and I'll meet you in the next video. Bye.